Hey everyone, D-Dub Squizzy here. Welcome back to Baldur's Gate.
I'm on it.
Bassilus time.
Sorted.
Actually, first we'll deal with Melicamp. He's right over here. I just pick him up, head over to High Hedge, finish his quest, and that'll be that. I might not get anything out of it since it's a random chance and I can't reload to optimize results. Because it's kind of a 50-50 chance on whether he lives or dies, I have noticed.
Right, what's this then?
You just bring him in, have Thalantir get a skull, and then try to reincarnate him. Either it fails or it works, and there is no kind of in-between. If it fails, you get nothing at all.
I'm on it.
But it's not like I really lose anything either, but if it succeeds, I get 2,000 experience, so I might as well try. First, I need to buy one of those skulls that I sold him right at the start of the game. Yes! 2,000 and a rep point. I don't know if I plan on killing any innocents till the rest of the game is done, so it's good to get all the rep points I can now. Everyone that I needed crossed off my list. I think it's been crossed off my list pretty effectively. Okay, now we can go deal with Bassilus.
Sorted.
So Bassilus is in this area. There's a group of 3 hobgoblins, one of which has a +2 short sword. Those are the only special encounters, but there are some actually high-level wolves and undead that can spawn out here. Dreadwolves, wargs, and direwolves are kind of everywhere. You can have to deal with ghasts and ghouls pretty frequently, so I need to keep my eyes open. This is a decently dangerous area overall, and then of course there's Bassilus, who's a handful. I've got plans for him, though. If I make it to Baldur's Gate 2, I have a lot more, it's a lot more open as far as my strategy is concerned, because I'll have a lot more versatility, a lot more useful items and options. In Baldur's Gate 1, though, I mean, it's just instant death if you don't do whatever you can to disable the spellcasters the moment you know they're around. You can't even wait. Right, in Baldur's Gate 2, you can, there's no real limit on how you can gain levels in that either. Like, currently, I can only gain so many levels in this game before I kind of bottom out. Oh, you're still alive. What do you know? In Baldur's Gate 2, it doesn't really work that way. Like, there's just so much experience to be had. But the issue means I won't be getting to, like, 100% set traps. Once I get 100 in stealth, traps will be my immediate next target. Ow, you actually hit me? Come on, twice? Oh, it works perfectly. Give me the health back. And so I just kind of have to use whatever items or potions I can get to trivialize these fights so I can actually win. Eight. That thing just dealt 8 damage. At least my offhand isn't nearly as bad as it was. Like, getting the 3rd proficiency in that just gives me a -2, so I'm at 8 and 11. Okay, where are those hobgoblins at? I would like to assassinate one of their archers, because I'm pretty sure both their archers have poison arrows. Better to just not take a chance. Zargal's the one that talks. These 2 are archers. They're also weaker than he is. He's actually a decently strong hobgoblin. And of course he has a +2 weapon. So he isn't great with it, but he hits far more frequently than others would. We might get some ghasts or ghouls right up here. Ah, yep. Wow, I'm surprised that even swung at him when he was that far away. I thought I was just going to futilely follow him around for a bit and then come on invisible and have to run away and shoot him. But I'll take a situation like that any day. So as far as Bassilus goes, I don't want to waste all my fireballs on him, because there are still 2 other groups at this point in the game that I'm going to need my necklace for. One in the Basilisk area, one in Gullikin. And so I want to conserve as many uses as I can. I'm thinking if I chuck one fireball at him, it'll kill most of the support he has right around him and hurt him. Enough that I can backstab him. I'll be going in with a potion, as always, so that if my backstab fails, I'm not completely screwed. Still sad I wasted one of those potions on Braig's sister. But once Molahay's out of the picture, that'll be another one of these clerics we don't have to worry about. These enemy clerics are just a nightmare. Because like with mages, right, if I backstab a mage, and I don't kill him immediately or I miss, it's not the end of the world. Because usually the first thing a mage tries to do is throw up a protective spell or illusory spell to keep himself from getting hit, so that he has time to use more spells. If you're an actual mage, you don't really want to do that if someone's on top of you. Unless, of course, you have an invisibility spell, like a basic one, so that you could just blip out of existence immediately. But they don't do that. They always use improved invisibility or a mirror image. Both of which give you enough time to potentially knock them out of it. And then it'll be a whole other round before they can take another shot, which gets you 2 or 3 free swings in. Usually that's enough to kill them. Which means missing a backstab isn't the end of the world. Clerics have much better concentration, so it's harder to knock them out of their spells. And their first thing is always go right to Mind Effect or Physical Restrainment spells, so that you're just stuck. Heck, we saw that. Molahay will throw 2 hold persons and a rigid thinking at you before you can even blink. I wonder if Bassilus has raised all of those. It would make sense why there's a 5,000 gold piece bounty on his head if he was going around raising all the various undead in these random areas.
Get over here!
There is a way you can convince Bassilus to kill all of his undead for you. They all just kind of collapse. The only problem with that is each one of his skeletons is worth 120 experience, and there's like a dozen of them. So that's over 1,000 for just killing a bunch of skeletons. Reasonably dangerous skeletons, but I don't think they're dangerous enough to warrant any special attention. And so, I would much prefer to kill all of them.
You funny
But I would also have to talk to him to do that, and I'm going to try to avoid that. A kid whose whole family has been killed and reanimated with Basilius. Good times, good times. Alright, so I need to find a good shadow spot. Pretty sure this will work, hopefully. It's also raining, so that might play into my advantage. Okay, there he is. Let's just get out of his sight range and drop one of these on him. How bad did that hurt him? Badly. Excellent. If I can pull this off. Got him! Yes! Alright, kill the zombie first, just so I can get it out of the way. Just skeletons now.
Get over here.
And I took out most of the... Oh, they're only worth 65. I thought these ones were
Get
worth
over
120.
here.
Guess I was wrong. Alright, is that all of them? I think it was. That was excellent. Actually, there might be some up here. I should check. I like my slow regeneration. That's super handy. Okay, you know what? These aren't even worth anything because they're cursed. Each one of these is worth a good amount, though. That's all I can get? Yep. Alright, let's go back to High Hedge. And sell all this stuff and then head over to Baragost. I didn't have a potion out. I remembered I've got the Sand Thief's Ring. So if anything, if I missed my backstab, I would have just tried to go invisible on him. That was actually my strategy when fighting Sirens. I played through with a Fighter Mage Thief and a Fighter Mage Cleric. I think I mentioned them before. And when I reached the Sirens out on the Sword Coast, I was having trouble dealing with them. I was thinking about what I could do. My first strategy was to send in an animated skeleton, because they would waste all their charms on it, and you can't charm an undead. And that did work. And then there was a second group, and I didn't have another skeleton ready. So I walked in, got them all to start casting, and then went invisible when they were all in the middle of casting, and they wasted all their spells. And then just did it again the next time they tried until they were out of spells, because they only got the 2 charms. And so if you can just exploit invisibility like that, I could just carry around an invisibility potion, and it'd give me just as much wiggle room, and they're also far less rare. Eventually, they're far less rare. Hard to find them right now, but they're much more common later. But I should level up in this episode. At least I'm hoping so. I wouldn't say should.
Right, what's this then?
Quite a bit of stuff to handle, and it can also be rather dangerous. I've got to kill Keldath Ormlir. I've got to kill all 4 of the Sirens with him, then the 2 Clerics in the Vestibule, and then both Vampiric Wolves. But I'm pretty sure I should be able to pull it off.
I'm on it.
I'll explore the whole area once I'm done with that, but I have to strike while the iron's hot, and my spell effects are still active. Just explore the immediate area around this thing first. For a while I felt kind of bad for Bassilus, because clearly he's not in his right mind. He did have to be stopped, right, because he's dangerous, but like, it was hard to blame him, but then I killed him and found out that he had the holy symbol of Cyric, which meant even when he was, and heard him talking about the Zentarim Hall, like meeting there with one of his family members or something, and the Zentarim are awful, and so is Cyric, so I kind of lost any pity for him at that point. There's that stupid drunk that thinks he's a lich up here. I'm gonna talk to this waste of flesh. Alright, so my plan just involves one of these and one of these. One to protect me from the Siren's charms, and one to protect me from Keldath's hold person and whatnot. Feeble Mind is perfect. It prevents me from that, because that's one of the things Sirens will hit you with if they kiss you. So, being immune to that's nice.
I'm on it.
Welcome! The traveling adventurer is never turned away from a
Let's see,
house
is there
of
something
Lothar.
he has that's helpful? Take all 4 of these, and like another 10 of these, let's say. Okay, and then backstab him, because he's reasonably tough, I believe. Yep. And he tries to summon help.
Get over here.
Ow. Harder to hit because they're invisible. always annoying.
Get over here.
Okay, so that's cleared. Gotta kill the two
Sorted.
priests in here. They're lesser priests, but they're priests nonetheless. And I think they're worth a couple hundred each. Meh.
I'm on it.
You trying to summon stuff too? Alright, that's them dealt with. This whole area always seemed kind of pointless, the little vestibule
Sorted.
up there. There's no reason for it to exist. Okay, that just leaves the threat of two vampiric wolves.
Sorted.
And their whole pack. The pack I'm not that worried about. They've got dire wolves, dread wolves, and wargs with them, but all of those, I mean, basically the only difference between a dread wolf and a normal wolf is that it seems to hit more frequently because they're good at what they do, and they're kind of tough. And immune to things that undead are immune to. But, like, they're not terrifying in comparison with dire wolves and wargs and stuff. They are worth significantly more XP. Not like vampiric wolves, which are just terrifying. They are rewarding to kill, though. Oh, there's one.
Get
And there's
over
the other one.
here.
On top of having the ability to hold you if they hit you, they also have more hit points and hit more frequently than any other wolves. They're just, in fact, much stronger than others, so yeah, they're kind of terrifying in every way.
Get over here.
But with their passing, yep, I leveled up. Sweet. Whoa. I accidentally right-clicked on it. That was an interesting sound. Yeah, the rest out here, there's another encounter with hobgoblins and a specific group of them, but I'm not all that afraid of them. For obvious reasons. I might be able to backstab their leader. He's the one that's slightly stronger than the rest. Oh, that's some significant threats neutralized, and I think I can... Yes, there's the Basilisk area over there. Which is
I'm
where
on
I
it.
plan to go after this. I've got that protection from Petrification Scroll, which lasts for how long? 6 hours. Oh, that's plenty of time, actually. That's awesome. That's enough time for me to roll in and just kill everything in the area with reckless abandon. Because there's a group of adventurers with a mage and a cleric in their group. The plan is to fireball until one of those two is dead, and then sneak in and backstab the other if the other one is still alive. And then there's a basic mage in there as well, who's a decently high level, but at the end of the day is still just a mage. He's got a greater basilisk with him, but if I'm completely protected from petrification, I'm not afraid of him. I'm hoping there's another one of those scrolls, because there's 3 other encounters with basilisks in this game. One of them is alone in a warehouse. Potion of Mirror Eyes is more than enough time to kill him. There's 2 under Candlekeep. A Potion of Mirror Eyes would be cutting it kind of close, but I could get a backstab and reduce one of them pretty quickly, so that should be taken care of. And then there's 4 on top of Durlag's Tower. And that is where I would like to have another scroll. Oh, a black bear. I'll re-heal. This regen is nice.
A man shouldn't speak to his better.
There
unless
goes my
spoken to
clarity.
first.
I hate noblemen so much. The whole idea of being better than someone because of what family you were born into or how much wealth you have. just so absurdly wrong and evil. Galileus? I wonder who that's a reference to. Probably no one real. Doesn't tell you anything useful, so no reason to go anywhere near him, or her, or whatever it is. Oh, wolf. I was gonna backstab the hobgoblins, but then that opportunity presented itself. Alright, they should be right above me. Their leader, Kadak, is just a little bit tougher than the others and has a two-handed sword. The rest of them are just normal hobgoblins. Quadruple damage. Oh, and they're not hostile for some reason. There we go. I dealt quadruple damage to it. I'd make a run for it if I were you guys. Not that it would make a difference. So how much damage did that backstab do then? Right, those are the other hobgoblins. 55 on a normal swing. That's awesome. That heavily improves my chances of being able to put down those different mages and stuff I'm going to need to. Like, Mutamin in the Basilisk area is decently tough. But I'm not all that worried about him catching me in fear, which is the only thing mages can really throw at you in this. Because I would just run away, and if I'm protected from petrification, the Basilisk can't hurt me. But the plan would be, though, to kill everything else before I even deal with him. So the rest of the area is already safe. There are some gnolls, but gnolls are slow, and as long as my character keeps running, I'd be fine. The only real fear would be running into that other party, and so I'd have to deal with them first. Besides, that's only a last case scenario if, like, I fail to get my invisibility or other protections up, depending on which one I decide to use. And that's only if he survives that long. Clerics are the thing that really scares me. I can't take any chances with them. But I'm not fond of fear either. After I deal with that little adventuring party, though, that'll just be, that'll be it until I get down to Firewine. Well, Gullikin, really. There's a group of 4 bounty hunters in Gullikin, and they're probably the strongest group like that in the game. So I'll need to keep my wits about me, but I think I can take them. Alright, well I could head back and rest, but I don't really have anything to sell, and I don't really need to rest, so I'm just gonna end this one here. I am going to preemptively carry these around, because you can get waylaid by basilisks out in the east, so it's nice to have one of those with you at any point. It's pretty rare, I've only been waylaid by them once, but it's terrifying when it happens, so it's best to be ready. Thanks anyone for watching, I'll see you all in the next one.